fellas, my name's Ian, I just took a scoop of pre, and this is Road to Advanced, where I try to get as big and as strong as possible the best way I know how. Horsing heavy weights.
1秒に24回動きを刻んでた。
この水ボワッボワッボワッボワッ
What's up, bros? Honestly, I had a good week of training, I feel like. Not crazy good numbers, but with me being on a cut, it's not really expected. And I overshot a few lifts where I just added way too much weight too early, and then obviously the reps go down. It is what it is. But I'm almost halfway through the block. So what I'm probably going to do, my plan for finishing the block, is just going to be kind of like playing defense, I guess. I'm going to try and maintain all of my work capacity and my strength as best as possible, because if I can retain all of that and carry it into a bulk, I'm just going to be set up so well. And with me gaining all that strength through the cut, I'm going to bounce back even faster when I actually get on the bulk. I'll be probably stronger than what I was starting this within like a month after, bulking. So I'm really looking forward to that. But what I really have to say for this week, I guess, is to really just trust in the process. Because I feel like, I don't know, my last 2 weeks, I've had some problems with a few lifts. And, with lifting, there's never an obvious answer, I guess, when it comes to training specifically. Because there could be a million things wrong with the way you're lifting the weight. And if you aren't paying for a coach or anything like that, it's very hard to kind of figure out what that problem is. But how I like to do it is just like, I guess I found myself using the scientific method accidentally. What is it? It's basically, you get a hypothesis. You're like, okay, this is what I think the problem is. This is why I think it. And then you just test it. You experiment. You see, okay, I'm going to try it a little differently. I'm going to change this one thing and see if that works. And then, if it doesn't, you note that down and you say, hey, this did that. It didn't work. And then you have to kind of try it a different way, And then eventually you'll find whatever works and you'll get past that problem. Now, there are probably better ways to go about that, like, hiring a coach. But I feel like with recording, it does help quite a lot just because you can literally see yourself perform the rep and you can go back and really analyze how you lifted the weight, which I feel like is kind of an unfair advantage, honestly, because a lot of people don't record their lifts, which honestly is fine. You can make so much progress without recording. I'm not dogging on anyone who doesn't, but it is a huge game changer with form, especially on barbell, dumbbell lifts or whatever. It's huge. I had problems I didn't even know I had, it's just a huge help. But my overhead press, I decided to bring that back in a little because, I don't know, my left shoulder just wasn't feeling right. So I made sure I was just really in the groove. And what I found out was, especially this with my bench, when the reps get really hard, my left side will just try to lift up, probably to compensate, because I think I'm weaker on my left side due to just me having more experience on my right with work and all that. But it's not the biggest issue. I just have to work on it, honestly. It's not a huge issue, but I feel like part of it is learning when to either make it happen or pulling it back. I feel like a lot of people have the mindset of you have to push 100% of the time, and if you're not doing that, you're not making progress. But sometimes it is an ebb and flow. Sometimes you do have to pull back and look at your training critically and say, hey, this is working, but it's not up to my standard. Let me get it back to my standard so I can, get it 100% again. Because your standard can be anything. If you do want a bunch of messy reps just because you want to throw around some weight and you don't really care about how you're hitting the muscles, go for it. If that's what you enjoy, by all means, that's what you enjoy. You should do that instead of, trying to find the optimal fatigue to stimulus ratio, whatever the hell. You know what I mean? I mean, if that's what you enjoy, go ahead and do it, But what else is there to say? Oh, my squat. My squat has gotten a lot better. The first set that I recorded, not the best, but I was fucking around in between sets where I was kind of in a squat position, and I was like, I'm going to fall if I am in this position or in this position. And I was like slightly moving and balancing on one of those racks, the power racks. I was balancing on one of those. And I was trying to see if I could get in a position where I could fully deep squat without, falling over. I was able to maintain my balance. And I found out that I just wasn't leaning forward enough with my knees. So I tried just moving my knees closer together because it allows more forward knee drive. You can see it here. My legs are very spread apart and pointed outwards, but on this next set, you'll be able to see that they're a little bit closer and I'm not having to lean forward with my torso as much. It's like a squat mixed with a good morning almost. Yeah. Like, that's insane to manage. And not let yourself fall apart. Like, yeah, you'll be able to see it right here. You can see my knees just traveled that much further forwards. And that's also going to help with my quad development. My quads are only going to get bigger from this, because while my other squat was working, it's just, I like to hit my quads a little bit more with my squat. I don't want to go too deep into it, but I guess the reason why I want that just is because there isn't a ton of quad volume in this program along with chest volume, so I really have to I'm getting way too deep into it. Anyways, I guess, yeah, just stick to the process. And I guess part of lifting is a puzzle. I mean, you have to try out a bunch of different ways until you figure out what really works for you. And it just takes time in figuring that out. But, once you do, you can just go that much further along with it. And I guess that's why I'm such a huge proponent for training to pretty much complete failure, because unless you're doing that, it's basically impossible to find these things that are wrong with your training, because you're never going to hit that wall where you just can't progress. You're just going to, wade in the same water.